Pepper for your steak. Why don't you want to get shot, Maverick? Because the chair. Actually, it's pretty comfy. Maybe it's supposed to be like that.
Saying that such behavior on the part of the
power of his genius supplied the deficiencies of the imperfect communications of the Hierophants, and he himself became a master and a revealer.
We thought we had something different here, you see. We live in both a very fragile and precious experiment in democracy, and we live in an empire that is experiencing profound decline.
Reptilian agenda. Okay, let's talk about the reptilians. So you're saying the reptilians are luring humans to like Hawaii to vacation spots?
The news is there to scare white people. I've said this for years.
To live this life, you can't live the life everyone else lives. You're not going to be partying on the weekends. You're going to be performing on the weekends. You're not going to be watching the big game on a Thursday night because you'll be in a club. You have to have that mindset that you don't belong. You don't go to the rhythm of the rest of the world.
Pepper for your steak. Oh, fucking perfect. The stillness of this place is the reason you come here. I mean, I'm guilty of playing music on the road in the mornings, different things, priming myself. But if you come to the desert, what you need to do is spend a little time alone, just in the stillness, and all the things you've been avoiding will come to you. Now, for whatever reason, I have found that running makes that less painful. And I know that the armchair psychiatrist would say that's an expression of self-flagellation because of your self-hate for the things you have been keeping hidden inside you. And actually, that's true. follow sidewalks to the falls. Ladies and gentlemen, I am here at Sitting Bull Falls in New Mexico. There's only one other car here, so I'm hoping that I don't run into them. But if I do, we'll do something about it. Clearly, people can't find their way around here. Let's see where this trail actually goes. Foot traffic only. I mean, this must be some kind of cool overlook that goes up there, which is fine. But we are going to go on the paved walkway. I had no idea this place was out here in the middle of nowhere, and when I tell you it's in the middle of nowhere, you have to drive 32 miles into the wilderness to get to this place. 32 miles. It's pretty wild. I thought we should start this episode with a little hike. The thing that got me into being a wilderness guide in the first place is that I like to go explore new places. That's an awesome picnic area. This place is so remote. It is so Spartan. There's one host here, which makes it awesome because you know there's somebody who can push a button and get the cops here if somebody does something stupid, right? And that's all you need. What you don't want to do is roll up into a dirt parking lot in the middle of nowhere with nobody anywhere and have a bunch of stuff in the back of your truck like I do. I can hear the falls now. We are in Lincoln National Forest in New Mexico at Sitting Bull Falls. Don't be fooled. This looks like a highly built up national park. It is not. In fact, I am blown away. Look at the size of that motherfucker. It's bigger than my finger. Yo. I don't know why I'm scared of grasshoppers. Probably because I'm a fucking pussy. Beautiful. Yeah, they put a lot of money into this. Ho! This is fucking insane. Looks inviting. Why don't we get in? Yeah? And soak our dirty feet. Sitting Bull Falls, a classic oasis. Where does the water come from? The water comes from up out of the ground via a spring in the canyon above you. You can see the spring when you hike T68. As the water travels the canyon, it meets the edge and spills over, creating this magnificent waterfall in the middle of the Chihuahuan Desert. You're damn right. We are surrounded by nothingness for miles. So certainly outlaws were probably the first people to really enjoy this space. All right, after closer inspection, the water is about 0 fucking degrees. So I'm not going to be getting in. To swim, I would do a plunge. I feel strangely disrespectful about that. And I can tell you now, just having touched the water, that there's absolutely nothing pleasurable about this. If you've ever been in a cold plunge, this is exactly what it is. But there is a huge, magnificent pit here, and it is begging you to plunge. I think I'm an asshole if I don't plunge. Fuck. It is pain. It is so. It is so cold. And I know as soon as I get down here in my damn underwear, some family's going to show up.
Don't hate the game. Love the game because you're in it, mate. Own the game, accept the rules, and move on into the rules. So the world will try and tell you who you are, and you have to tell yourself who you are. And there's this ongoing battle, and somehow there needs to be a reconciliation.
So much that I thought I had headphones on.
You've got to have all the eggs in your basket.
This place is wild. There's bird caves and all the alcoves. And I'm here by myself, swimming with the nymphs. I mean, this is what the ancients used to refer to as a nymphaeum. And people would recreate these at their castles all over Europe. Especially Italy, Rome, they knew it. If you create a beautiful space like this, beautiful entities come to dwell here. That's not fake. It's absolutely wild. This place feels wild and invigorating and magical. I mean, this is the womb of creation in the middle of the desert. It's just incredible to believe this is here. That sounds so trite, so tropic, so cliche. But hidden gems like this, it's what makes life worth living. You have to search and trust that they exist. They do. Look at this. I don't believe in addiction. I believe in escapism. And if you put a mouse, a hominid, a horse, a cow, probably even a cricket in a cool environment that is fun, and then you get them to use their apparatus in a way that they may be unused to. But the point is to just circulate your blood. Just go for a walk, a stomp, a tread around. Maybe you find a waterfall in the middle of the desert. Maybe you get stung by an alien arachnid and a demon baby is born in your chest. I don't know. What I know is there's a lot of talking heads on the internet.
The cult of the yellow sign. This is a group serving one particular Loiger called Hastur. They live in such terror of this being that they usually call him he who is not to be named. Hastur resides in a mysterious place called Hali, which was formerly a lake but is now just a desert. Hali was by a great city in the lost civilization of Carocsa. They have been mentioned, unwisely I think, by certain writers, such as Bierce and Chambers and Lovecraft and Block and Derleth. Carocsa was located where the Gobi Desert is at present. The major cities were Hali, Nar, and Sarnath. The cult of the yellow sign has managed to conceal all this rather thoroughly, although a few archaeologists have published some interesting speculations about the Gobi area. Most of the evidence of a great civilization before Sumer and Egypt has been either hidden or doctored so that it seems to point to Atlantis. Actually, Atlantis never existed, but the cult of the yellow sign carefully keeps the myth alive so nobody will discover what went on, and still goes on in the Gobian wastelands. You'll see, the cult of the yellow sign still goes there on certain occasions to worship and make certain transactions with Hastur and with Shub-Niggurath, a Loiger who is known in mystical literature as the Black Goat with 1,000 young, and with Nyarlathotep, who appears either as a solid black man, not a Negro, but black as an abyss, or else a gigantic faceless flute player. But I repeat, you cannot understand the Loiger by these manifestations or cross-sections into our space-time continuum. Do you believe in God?
Yes, Danny answered, startled by the sudden personal question.
Take a little more of your drink. I must tell you now that your God is another manifestation of some Loiger. That is how religion began, and how the Loiger and their servants in the cult of the yellow sign continue it. All their efforts are devoted to hoaxing, deluding, and enslaving the rest of us. You're taking this part very well. People who have had religious visions take it very poorly. They don't want to know what foul source those experiences actually came from. The Loiger, of course, can be considered gods or demons, but it is more profitable at this point in history to just consider them another life form cast up by the universe, unfortunately superior to us, and even more unfortunately inimical to us.
For something like that.
Dude, I mean, this is the thing, man.
That's so scary.
You see those gazelle out there? You see the gazelle out there? There's lions around. Somehow they're all calm and shit, just eating. They've had their kids dragged off by the lions. They go back to normal because they don't have long-term memory like we do. So they don't get freaked out. But it's like, what we're talking about here is the lions. You have to acknowledge, and it's uncomfortable to acknowledge it. And I don't think people acknowledge it enough. There is actual evil in the world. There is an omnipresent force in the world. And this is what I love in the Bible when they say it's powers and principalities. There is I don't know what you want to call it, an egregore, I guess you could say, a kind of connective embodiment of what it means to be off the path, what it means to be selfish, what it means to be self-concerned, what it means to rationalize hurting other people. And that thing has a personality. It's out there, dude. It's fucking out there. And it gets it, whenever you find yourself talking shit about yourself, whenever you find yourself really down on yourself, or whenever you find yourself really thinking the things that would lead you to killing yourself, that is contact with what I think is for lack of a better word, a demonic entity. It beckons everyone towards self-destruction. It beckons you towards self-destruction. I don't know why. I don't know why it's into that shit. I think there's always got to be a battle.